Hey Thunderbolts, it's me, Static The Hedgehog here. Today on Friday, I read the next history of the SATAM Characters. And forgive me that I read not quite well because words can be difficult sometimes. But anyway, that is all for now and let us begin. So the next character today is Swat-Bots. In the past, the Swat-Bots were known as the Peace Bots. They were created by the War Ministry of the Kingdom of Mobotropolis, Julian, and contributed to the kingdom victories in the Great War. After the war, they served as a police force in Mobotropolis. In 3224, however, Julia took the name of Dr. Robotnik and reprogrammed the Swat-Bot so that they would only respond to his orders. The Swat-Bot subsequently served as the main strike force during the Robotnik military coup, where Dr. Robotnik seized the power of Mobotropolis, which he had later renamed Robotropolis. Over the years, the Swat-Bots kept order in Robotropolis while also fighting furious group of freedom fighters. One day, a SWAT-bot pilot Robotnik hovercraft for Dr. Robotnik, who was returning to Robotropolis. After they landed, the SWAT-bot stood at the entrance to the doctor headquarters and laughed as the door closed in the front of Snively. However, they resumed their serious attitude when Snively treated them with his remote. Later, some SWAT-bots would chase after Sonic and Tails until they cornered them on the top of a roof of a building in Robotropolis. However, Sonic and Tails escaped them by fleeing into a ventilation shaft. In the same building, in one of the rooms, Dr. Robotnik told his SWAT-bots of his plan to reveal the location of Knockout Village. When Sonic and Tails buzzed into the room soon after, the SWAT-bots caught them. However, Sonic managed to break free and get them out. When the SWAT-bots later surrounded him outside of the building, Tails pulled out the power ring, which Sonic used to escape from Robotropolis with Tails. Sometime after, Sally hijacked a green SWAT-bot Hoover unit model. With its help, Sally entered the Steelbot's hangar. There, some orange SWAT-bot Hoover unit models eventually detected Antoine in the hangar and began to attack the knockout freedom fighters. During the ensuing pursuit, they caught the cat and brought him to Dr. Robotnik. Later, an ordinary SWAT-bot moved to capture the cat to a cell in Robotnik's prison. When Sonic later entered the prison to rescue Cat, the local SWAT-bot started shooting at him, eventually forcing him to retreat. Later, they attacked Sonic again when he tried to come back for Cat. Several SWAT-bots later guarded a SWAT-bot factory in Robotropolis. Two SWAT-bots and Patrol in particular also pilot a Hoover unit. When the Hoover unit hit the scanners alerted them to some heat signatures, the SWAT-bots ignored them, believing that the heat signatures came from the factory. Later, some SWAT-bot Hoover unit models stationed in SWAT-bot factory detected Sonic and started chasing him until Sonic dropped tons of scrap on them. Later, Sonic had to run away from the other SWAT-bots using a power ring. Meanwhile, Sally was caught and outside to the factory by SWAT-bots. Later, the SWAT-bots forgot the cell in which the Sally bot was located. When Sonic began to imitate the voice of Robotnik from his hiding spot, the SWAT-bots moved away on his order. Much later, a SWAT-bot piloting a Hoover unit attacked to knock out freedom fighters in the street of Robotropolis, but its vehicle was torn apart by a hook rope. Another SWAT-bot piloting a Hoover unit later got out of its Hoover unit to examine a stone thrown in the front of it, but the bunny arrived and tied its legs up, allowing her and the rotor sides to a Hoover unit, which they used to destroy the SWAT-bot's factory. Sometime after, Snively co-op summoned the SWAT-bots to catch Sonic and Sally when tried to sabotage the robotic sizer. However, they failed to get the heroes. Another group of SWAT-bots later escorted some worker bots in the subway to the crystal mine. Meanwhile, after the knockout freedom fighter fled into subway, the SWAT-bots tried to catch them, but failed. Later in the crystal mine, the SWAT-bot oversaw the extraction of a giant energy crystal. Two SWAT-bots guarding the entrance to the energy crystal left in the crane soon after they detected Sonic and tried to shoot him, but the laser got bounced back at them. Later, many SWAT-bots were involved in an attempt to stop the Dinobot, which was being controlled by the knockout freedom fighters. In the end, they managed to pacify the Dinobot by tying it down with ropes, although not before it destroyed the energy crystal. The SWAT-bots then tried to catch the freedom fighters, but they managed to escape. A group of SWAT-bots later accompanied Dr. Robotnik and Snively on a trip to a Mega. There was an ambush to the knockout freedom fighters, intending to take the secret scrolls away from them. After the heroes escape, the SWAT-bots proceed to follow Robotnik and Snively as they tracked Sonic. However, they and their commanders were eventually blown off on a cliff by the breath of Mobius. Regardless, Robotnik and Snively survived and managed to climb back up. Back in Robotropolis, two SWAT-bots, Hoover unit models, will guard the entrance to the factory where microchips were being produced. Sonic, however, managed to lure them away, allowing Sally to enter. After the local robot started the alarm after detecting Sally, however, a single SWAT-bot will chase after the Sally, eventually throwing her into a forbidden zone. There, it was destroyed by Laterzzz Guardian. Later, another SWAT-bot was sent ahead by Dr. Robotnik to trigger any trap that could be on the way into Laterzz's lair into the forbidden zone. Although the SWAT-bots managed to knock away a tentacle that tried to pull it into a nearby pool, it got crushed by the entrance into Laterzz's lair. When Dr. Robotnik later returned to his headquarters with Laterzz's computer, Robotnik had a SWAT-bot catch Sally when he teleported her to him. However, when another SWAT-bot tried to incapacitate Bunny when Robotnik teleported her to him as well, it got kicked and knocked down by Bunny. Ultimately, however, the SWAT-bot stunned Bunny by hitting her with a laser rifle. The SWAT-bots proceed to hold Sally and Bunny until Dr. Robotnik hypnotized them into his service. Meanwhile, Sonic tried to sneak into Robotnik's headquarters, but was detected by SWAT-bots. As they chased him, Sonic threw an explosive charge behind him, which destroyed the pursuing SWAT-bots. Later, after Sonic took Laterzz's computer away from Robotnik, a SWAT-bot both tried to shoot Sonic with a laser rifle, but Robotnik pushed it away because it could hit the computer. As her body struggled with the Swat-Bot, it fired a shoot that made several drums fall down for the ceiling, thereby preventing the hypnotized Sally and Bonnie from chasing after Sonic. More Swat-Bots were then up, called upon to stop the knockout freedom fighter from escaping from the headquarters, but they got knocked out down by Bonnie after she had her free will restored by Sonic. Several SWAT-bots later got the power generator in Robotropolis. However, Sonic managed to damage the searchlights that they used to look for intruders and then short circuit the SWAT-bots pursuing him with the water from a pipe. Later, the several SWAT-bots will be present at the opening ceremony of Robotnik's race in Robotropolis, where the other patrol city like they always had. Several SWAT-bots also pilot the Hoover units that were to take part in Robotnik race, mainly for the purpose for the destroying Sonic. A SWAT-bot commander later assisted the Snively in overseeing the deforestation of the Great Force led by the Shredder, while the two SWAT-bots piloted a Hoover tank. When Sonic later attacked the Shredder, the SWAT-bot's commander ordered the two SWAT-bots in Hoover tank to retreat, which they did, thus keeping them from being crushed by the Shredder. However, their Hoover tank was destroyed, and the Shredder himself was soon after taken down by Sonic. After returning to Robotropolis, Robotnik threw the SWAT-bot commander into a pit for its incompetence. Later, the two SWAT-bots used their flashlight to patrol the street in Robotropolis after hearing suspicious signals coming from there. However, they only found a robotic rat. Later, the SWAT-bots got Antoine, whom Dr. Robotnik had captured previously. At the doctor's order, they then took Antoine to robotic sizer to have him robotic-sized. Meanwhile, the two other SWAT-bots flew out in the Hoover unit to confirm Sonic destruction at the hands of the Sonic's radar. After finding the torn pieces of Sonic gloves at his last recorded spot, they flew back to Robotropolis. When the other SWAT-bots later put Antoine in robotic sizer, Sonic lured them outside and saved his comrade. Meanwhile, a large group of SWAT-bots came with Dr. Robotnik and Snively to oversee the work of a second Shredder. When Sonic eventually attacked, the SWAT-bots surrounded him. One of them then provided Robotnik with a laser rifle. However, Antoine got Sonic a power ring, which Sonic used to escape from the SWAT-bots' fire. When Robotnik and his SWAT-bots then tried to shoot Sonic, they hit Sonic's radar by accident, destroying it. For sake of a mission to infiltrate the Cloudbuster, Sally, Bonnie, and Antoine will disguise themselves as SWAT-bots by putting on the armor from broken SWAT-bots to Rotor had in storage. A group of real SWAT-bots also accompanied Snively when he was taken to the Cloudbuster to the island of Nimbus. When the smoke appeared on the path, however, Snively's SWAT-bots were sent out to investigate. After they returned to the order to disguise Antoine and Bonnie to get back into positions. However, Antoine would accidentally fall and lose his helmet. Bonnie tried them to fight the SWAT-bots, but they quickly surrounded her. After detecting these intruders, another SWAT-bot also arrested Sally just as he was hacking the inside of the Cloudbuster. The SWAT-bots soon after reached the island of Nimbus, where they loaded the chemical into the Cloudbuster. When Sonic later arrived on the island, the SWAT-bots tried to get him from behind, but Sonic managed to push them into water and destroy them. A SWAT-bot in an Hoover unit later flew to the traffic control center to Robotropolis and typing something in before making a departure. After Sonic, Sally, and Antoine sabotaged the control center, the SWAT-bots tried to cut off the escape route in the corridors. As the SWAT-bots surrounded the hero's touch, Sonic and Co. were saved by the Griff, who took them through to a secret entrance into the corridor wall. Some SWAT-bots were later sent by Dr. Robotnik to defend an oil platform equipped with snake props. Sonic, however, managed to bypass the SWAT-bots and run into oil platform's control center, which has been operated by a single SWAT-bot. After arriving there, Sonic rejected the SWAT-bot sitting in a control room chair from the control panel. The SWAT-bots at the oil platform were subsequently destroyed, where Sonic made the platform collapse. Two flying SWAT-bots later chased Harry to the swamp. There is the caught side of Sonic, who lured them to Sally and Tails. When the flying SWAT-bots arrived, Sally and Tails activated the magnetic field generator that pulled in the flying SWAT-bots and destroyed them. Sally subsequently took the head of one of the flying SWAT-bots to Rotor, who connected his head to one of his devices. Thus that, the heroes learned of the flying SWAT-bots' order, which was to chase Harry but not catch him, in order to draw in Sonic's attention and have Harry lure him into a trap. Later, some SWAT-bots brought Harry robotic-sized freedom fighters to him before arresting Harry on the orders of Dr. Robotnik. However, their intention was diverted by the arrival of Dulcie and Sally, which gave Harry a chance to train the SWAT-bots with his horns. Several SWAT-bots would later work on the Swat-bot in one of the Robotnik's hangars. Later, two flying SWAT-bots captured Sonic, who voluntarily gave himself up to Robotnik. After bringing Sonic to Robotnik, the flying SWAT-bots were ordered to put Sonic in the roboticizer. However, Sonic pulled a fast one of the flying SWAT-bots and threw him against the nearby control panel, causing them to be destroyed. Later, a group of flying SWAT-bots surrounded Sonic when it seems like he had been caught by a third Charles. This flying SWAT-bot then made room for the Swat-bot, which Robotnik wanted to personally destroy Sonic with. Flying SWAT-bots later chased Sonic to Robotropolis, but they eventually lost him. Not long after, some SWAT-bots would lead the Freedom Fighters group to Roboticizer, only to be defeated by Sonic. A little later, a green SWAT-bot Hoover unit model led two tech-bots into the cell where people awaited to robotization, not realizing that the tech-bots were exactly Sally and Sir Charles in disguise. Later, a group of the SWAT-bots went with the sniper to knock out Ferris after discovering the Ferris location. Upon the arrival, the SWAT-bots turned on their heat scanners. Thanks to them, they were able to locate the knockout freedom fighters in an underground shelter. In the end, however, Sonic and his allies averted the invasion. Sometime afterward, some flying SWAT-bots will patrol Robotropolis when they detected Sonic and Sally. While Sonic managed to escape them, another group of them managed to capture two freedom fighters and deliver them to the robotic cipher before Sonic could save them. Afterward, when Sonic and Sally use the time stones to go back in the time in the attempt to stop Robotnik from taking over the Mobotropolis, a friendly flying Swat-Bot will greet the heroes in Mobotropolis. At the same time, standard Swat-Bots were finishing their work on the destroyer. As Dr. Robotnik coup begins, a Swat-Bot commander landed to the palace gardens and sent out flying Swat-Bots to surround the building and secure all the entrance. Some of the flying Swat-Bots also entered the throne room and surrounded the king, as well as Sonic, Sally, and Sir Charles. Sir Charles, however, resisted by throwing some dots at the flying Swat-Bots, which caused damage to their system. This allowed Chuck to distract some of the flying Swat-Bots while the others chased after Sonic and Sally. Eventually, they managed to catch up the heroes by surrounding them in a small hut on the outskirts of the city. Standard Swat-Bots proceed to take Sonic and Sally to their cell. Swat-Bots later accompanied Robotnik when he inspected to capture dragons. Later, after Sonic and Sally got inboard destroyer, the Swat-Bots inboard the destroyer to try to stop them, but were sealed inside to destroy by Sonic. These Swat-Bots were later destroyed along with destroyer. Shortly afterwards, a group of Swat-Bots supervised the roboticization process of the first inhabitants of Mobotropolis. After roboticization a Swat-Bot scanned in it and gave the result to Robotnik. Soon after that, Sonic and Sally came to the rescue. The Swat-Bots started shooting at Sonic, but they could not hit him. Sonic and the younger version of the knockout freedom fighters proceed to flee from Robotnik headquarters, only to find numerous Swat-Bots patrolling to the outside. However, Sonic and his younger counterpart were able to distract the Swat-Bots, knocking over some of them and luring them away from the other freedom fighters. Later, numerous Swat-Bots fought Robotnik when he went in the pursuit of Sonic and Sally, who ended up in the heart of the outskirts of Robotropolis. By the time the Swat-Bots entered the hut with the doctor, however, Sonic and Sally had already returned to the present. Back in the present, a Swat-Bot eventually detected Antoine in Robotropolis and tried to arrest him after Antoine accidentally pursued his armor with a rock. Sonic, however, managed to take Antoine away, while the Swat-Bot was unable to catch them. A group of flying Swat-Bots later patrolled Robotropolis, unaware that Charles and Sonic were passing by just below them. Upon detecting Sonic, however, the flying Swat-Bots began to chasing after him. Eventually, however, Sonic created a whirlwind that mixed them with the Megamach units and scattered them. Later, when Sonic got immobilized in some Megamach, some flying Swat-Bots appeared to take Sonic to robotic sizer in a capsule. However, Doocy soon appeared and rescued Sonic while freezing the flying Swat-Bots. Sometime later, at the behest of Robotnik, the Swat-Bots in the crystal mine brought them in Workerbot Dragon to use the mine props on. Swat-Bots later also accompanied Robotnik aboard in his command ship as they pursued Doocy, Sonic, and Sally, who had a dragon egg with them, towards the deep canyon. However, the heroes automatically got away. Later, several SWAT-bots equipped with Megamach finding weapons and, piloting Megamach units was escort the Mother Dragon and to the Dragon Robot Sizer. Two flying SWAT-bots in particular helped the carry to tied up Mother Dragon tossed to the streets. At one point, Sally and Doozy attack hidden Megamach unit, and Doozy forces the SWAT-bot piloting it. In addition, Sonic ran between pedestrian SWAT-bot and made them in the hit each other with the Megamach. Later, when a Sonic hidden the Megamach unit was about to take off, Charles hooked up its chassis into the wall, causing its chassis to be pulled away from its fuselage and throw the SWAT-bot sitting inside the ground. After SWAT-bots themselves had been glued together with Megamach, Doozy took the Mother Dragon from the flying SWAT-bots and fly away. Later, several SWAT-bots helped the repair to test Doomsday Pod in the Great Unknown. Afterward, a group of the flying SWAT-bots accompanied Snively Robotnik's hovercraft. However, most of them were destroyed by Sonic when he created a tornado that collided with them and the Doomsday Pod. The remaining flying SWAT-bots accompanying Snively were later sent to investigate the tunnels in which Wolfpack was hiding in. There they found Sonic and Sally, who then brought an onboard robotic hovercraft. After being taken there, however, Sonic broke free and destroyed the flying SWAT-bots. Numerous SWAT-bots and flying SWAT-bots were later involved in the excavation of the Earth Hang. Some of them supervised the extraction of the second Road Hang skull. Others detected some and began to sneak up on him, but he was warned by Tails. However, a flying SWAT-bot managed to grab Tails and take him to Snively. Along the way, Tails saw one of the SWAT-bots carry a chest with the Road Hang skull. Meanwhile, Sonic managed to escape the SWAT-bots chasing him and get to Snively's tent. There, he caught Snively and he had him tell the SWAT-bots to release Tails, which he did. Sonic then forces Snively to tell his SWAT-bots to take their leave, which they did as well. Later, the SWAT-bots will guard the extraction of the first deep power stone when Dr. Robotnik arrives at the drug hand. When Sonic and Tails later seemingly excavated the second deep power stone, the flying SWAT-bots started to chasing Sonic. The standard SWAT-bots tried in turn to cut Sonic off, but Sonic escaped using a power ring. Eventually, the flying SWAT-bots surrounded Sonic near some lava geysers. There, Sonic destroyed the second deep power stone, which it was actually a fake. Flying SWAT-bots tried then to arrest Sonic, only for Doozy to arrive and rescue Sonic. Sometime after, some SWAT-bots would accompany Snively during his inspection of one of the factories in Robotropolis. Later, several flying SWAT-bots and the Hoover units will escort the fuel tankers supplying fuel of the Doomsday Machine. Although Sonic managed to distract the most of them, the flying SWAT-bots were soon ordered to return to the fuel tankers by Snively. There, they discovered that Sally, Antoine, and Bonnie were trying to sabotage the fuel tankers. They did not manage to arrest them, however, As Sonic took his friends into a sewer, standard SWAT-bots were later guarding to the entrance to the Doomsday Machine, but they failed to detect Sally and Bonnie, who got into the Doomsday Machine perimeters on board a Hoover unit. Meanwhile, ordered the SWAT-bots will guard the entry to Robotropolis headquarters, but Sonic soon lured them away from their post. When Antoine then found himself walking around the headquarters, he noticed some approaching flying SWAT-bots and quickly ran inside the headquarters. A little while later, as Snively interrogated Antoine, Snively arrived to save his comrade prompting Snively to call up 10 SWAT-bots to catch Sonic. After arriving, the SWAT-bots opened fire, but Sonic escaped them with Antoine. Later, flying SWAT-bots were sent to Charles Hightower and arrested him for spying on Robotnik. Afterward, they brought Charles to Snively. When Sonic came to Charles' rescue, the SWAT-bots tried to surround him. However, Sonic created a tornado that threw the SWAT-bots against the wall. Numerous flying SWAT-bots will later guard the Doomsday Machine era during the Doomsday Project. When the Freedom Fighters attacked the machine, they showed Dr. Robotic to parachute dummies that they Freedom Fighters he dropped as a part of a diversion. Later, some flying SWAT-bots arrested Polo and Derek, who were trying to get into the Doomsday Machine with Loop and Alwie by catch earlier. Later, the flying SWAT-bots were summoned by Dr. Robotnik to stop Sonic and Sally from using the Deep Power Stones. The flying SWAT-bots soon surrounded the duo and told them to give up the stones, but it was too late. As Sonic and Sally used the power of the Deep Power Stones, they destroyed the Doomsday Machine, but the SWAT-bots scattered and fled the area with the other robots, the Freedom Fighters, and the worker bots. SWAT-bots possess no personality. They are drones in every sense of the word. They contain a rudimentary survival system to avoid unnecessary destruction, but have no compunctions about charging into the thick of the battle. They only obey Robotnik, thus they will also obey Snively when ordered. SWAT-bots react loudly at the sign of Freedom Fighters and will chase them down relentlessly by any means possible. If Sonic the Hedgehog is spotted, they all act under the Priority 1 alert system and will drop any other tags and hand try and kill and capture him. SWAT-bots are equipped with a number of tools. They are first and foremost equipped with the fixed-mounted blaster weapons. They also have a flashlight built into their right index finger and an onboard communication system in the right arm that allows them to operate the other machine or contact the other SWAT-bots. In addition, they possess a special heat scanners to allow them to detect a living being to trust their body temperature. All SWAT-bots are very durable. They are highly resistant to their own weapons, including artillery, and are often able to quickly recover from anything less than the powering impulse to super spin. Sometimes they can function normally when their armor is damaged or pieces dropped. SWAT-bots can sometimes wield additional weaponry, such as laser rifles with stun or kill settings, which are slung on their backs when not in use. They have also a wielded grab, a hook, lasers, and other devices. The SWAT-bots are not fully waterproof, and any substantial amount of water, such as a lake or flood, can short the circuit them. So that is all for now. I hope you all enjoyed the history of the characters that you learn about. And for the next time, on Friday, I read the next character history. So have a nice day and enjoy your day. Laterzzz Thunderbolts. Bye.